Hi, Louise Bailey here, Cute Neek Studio, and I'm going to show you this journal I made. I'm going to be honest with you, I made it ages ago, and I don't remember exactly what it looks like on the inside, but I'm catching up with my journals. I had that one for sale at a recent craft show, and I had the prices on the back. Hi, Louise Bailey here, Cute Neek Studio, and I am taking you on another walkthrough of a journal I made a very long time ago, and it's been so long that I cannot remember what's on the inside, so this is a walkthrough for me as well to be surprised. So it's got this, it has this really colorful dangle to blend nicely with this nicely textured embroidered fabric. And I didn't want to cover up that fabric, so I did just a little bit of decoration on the top here. All right, so let's see what's inside. I'm excited too. These, I remember, are note cards. Somebody gave these to me, one of my pen pals, and you can journal on the back, and I just love them. Love, love, love them. They're so quirky and fun. This purple fabric here was once a little kid's dress, which I got at a half-off sale at a thrift store, and I used the fabric. I've used a lot of that fabric. My friend Carolina, pen pal, sent me some lace-dyed paper once, and this is from a vintage embroidered. It was a huge piece of fabric that was embroidered all these different designs, and I cut that one out. Oh, there's another bird. Belongs in there. It snuck out. Okay, so this was a scarf, and I've used this in another journal before. It's really neat. It's a beaded scarf. Get close with that. And I turned it into a pocket because I love the see-through effect. You can see what's behind here. More note cards. If I can stop being fiddle fingers always. Why not being fiddle fingers? I just thought it was neat because when you open it up, you see these, and you open it up and you can see these. Memories all coming back to me. And I had some blue jean and some lace trim. Got this fringe going on here. It's really neat. Guest check that you can use to journal on. Scribble on that. This was some dendrotic paper I made where you press the paint between glass, two pieces of glass, pull it apart, press your paper on it, and you get some really neat effects. And this is a vintage playing card that I turned into a pocket. It says, nicest thing happened today. That's a vintage card that I used as a page. Shine like the whole universe is yours. And then I put this frame here. You know, it's been a while. Come on out of there. And this is a little tag bookmark. You can journal on it. Because if you've seen any of my other videos of my journals, I do like to put a lot of journaling spots. And I know a lot of people say, do you actually use these journals? Do you write in them? Well, that's up to you. It's up to the person who owns it. And it's okay if you don't. But if you do want to, I provide quite a bit. And this is an open-ended journal too, so you can add blank pages to it. Sorry about the glare on that. I don't know if you can see that. This is some ribbon that I hand stamped and made from some muslin material. And I just love that. Just a little piece of cardboard, you know? It's a junk journal, so I used some junk. And a journal card. And I love Harlequin Diamond. I love that pattern, and I tend to put it in a lot of my stuff. This is a hand-stamped fabric and some neat paper. And then I have a cute recipe card with a little mouse and strawberries. It's a vintage. I get these at estate sales. And then I made this out of some, it's like a candy paper, a bookmark tag. But I decided you can journal there too, so I put a few pieces of paper. And this used to be a button card that I covered with the candy wrapper. So I had a lot of fun. It's eclectic and fun. I have a little dangle up here of an owl and toucan. And this neat thing, I think Carolina gave me that. And this is a vintage playing card, but you can journal in the back of that. And then some patterned decoupage going on. And this is just a neat little card. I remember it was after Christmas. And they were gift card holders. But I just think they're so cute. You can write a letter or memory and stick it in there or whatever you want. You can actually use an envelope if you want. It was 25 cents, you guys. I mean, I used found objects and stuff and found material, but I'm not passing up 25 cents on clearance sale. Something cute like this. Because it's just so adorable. Some tracing paper that I decorated with my Harlequin that I love. And I like doing contrasting patterns, you know, things that kind of step outside against the grain. And you can journal there. This is some handmade paper I got from Mulberry Paper Company. You can write stuff there. You can journal on this corner pocket. This is a scarf that I used in another boho journal that I recently did a video of. It was a scarf that I took off pieces of to use in my journals. Puzzle piece that is decoupaged with napkin, and then you can journal on the back. Nice and fun middle page here, and you can see this is the no-sew. So these are you know those headbands that where you sports headbands. But you can slip papers in and you can slip stuff out. So you can journal in the back of that. This coffee dyed doily. And here's a journal card. You can journal on that. You can glue pictures. I mean, you know, you gotta get real creative. We don't have to, but it's fun to get creative. It says, I will always remember it. And this is some more of that paper that Carolina gave me. You can journal there. Says you'll have lots of fun today. And another tag. You can journal in the back of that. You can put a picture here or whatever you want. Cut clusters. Hand stamped fabric that I hand stamped. And then I stamped all this bubbly pattern around it. And turned this card into a pocket. There's some more of that paper. And I left it just open because it's so pretty. I mean, it really is. I remember it was... it said handmade. This is, I use this quite often. I had a spool of this from, oh gosh, a decade now or more. And I use them in my journals. Someone made this for me. And I can't remember who. And I do apologize. But I get my pen pals send me things they make. Like one-offs. And so I like to incorporate them here and there in my journals. I mean, 95+% is all made by me. But then I tuck a little... you know, token piece that was sent to me in there. So they know I'm using their stuff. It says Everlasting Love. And that's some vintage ribbon I got at an estate sale. It's a journal card. So you can write on the back of that. And it can also be a bookmark. And there's a little pocket that I made out of some textured plate. It was a placemat. This was a napkin, and I decoupaged this and made this little cluster at the bottom. And another journal card. This one I made. You can journal in the back. And I made that journal card too. I remember that one. My style. This is a napkin that I put on this paper here because it's so pretty. And I just love how it just goes pop with that color. These were some cocktail napkins, vintage, and this is some ribbon that in another video, I think I used the last of it recently. I just love that trim. It's a vintage orange trim. And I'm making friends with orange. I'm about to make an orange journal. This was some paper that a friend of mine, she passed away of cancer, sadly, but she gave me a whole bunch of paper stuff locally. Ellen is her name, and that was one of the pieces, so every time I see that, it reminds me of Ellen, because she sent me a few. And some pretty paper. It's just a nice, you know, affirmation. This is really neat. My friend Diana gave me that. And then I put that shoe fly on there. And lavender fields. These remind me when we visited Gloucester, England. And I have a picture of me with our daughter in some lavender fields. And here's some wheat. And we actually, in England, when we lived there, the wheat field was right behind our house. So, good memories for me. And just fun. Nice pops of color. This is a waterfall little notepad thing I put in there so you can journal, and it gets bigger as you go down. And then some little papers that I put in. This is a little library pocket that I made. I think I have a video on how to make them. Pretty sure I do. I remember seeing it. So those are easy to make. And another scarf as a pocket. And there's another, this matches that other bookmark. And some ruffle. This is a beautiful cluster. I love that. I try to kind of blend a really nice mix of pastels and woodland neutral colors and pops, jewel tones. There's some pastels. I like breaking the rules when it comes to patterns and, you know, putting stuff together you normally wouldn't think of. This was a child's dress, and I have a lot of those. I cut those out. This flower went on it. I glued that little flower on it to blend it with that yellow. Chriselle sent me a bunch of wax seals, and she's another pen pal of mine. Friend, junk journaling friend. And I made this envelope with some paper that Carolina sent me in a book. It was like a magazine. And I love it. I just love that. Super fun. Oh, wait, hold on. It folded on me? No, it didn't. Bear with me. Ah, it goes in here. Okay. And then I have this little heart paper clip that somebody sent me a box of them at some point, because I think I've got loads of colors. Pop that there. Some Cantha fabric and decoupage. Beautiful lace there. This is a journal card I made out of an index card. And this was some pretty paper, vintage paper from an estate sale. So, journal spots. You can add your own. So that trim I've had since, I want to say before my husband and I even met. Bit of it. Hand dyed paper. I dyed this paper and used that to journal. There's some more of that scarf and some pretty paper. And then some journaling cards. You can journal on the fronts, and you can't journal. Well, you could. You could actually journal on the backs, but you don't have to because you got plenty of space here. So, and I love that. I like vintage old maps. They're fun. There's a, I think somebody made that for me. I might have made that. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Some more journal cards I made out of index cards with some color. This little cherry, whatever you call those things, the binder, they bind. They have got a little clip in the back. This was a card from a stationery pack, and I dressed it up. It was just plain with flat with the butterflies, but I put hope on there, some fabric, some trim, and some feathers. Space to journal. So I dressed it up, and I made this little pocket. And there's some other trim that I've had for gazillions of years. Some vintage trim. And then this here, you can slip papers underneath it. There are some note papers in there as well. And then this, if you haven't figured out yet, is a journal pen. So you just take the top off that, or the bottom, and it writes. It actually is a proper pen. It's a real nice pen too. I can see that becoming one of my favorite pens. So that's fun. Another pocket, and then some mushroom, some bits and pieces, butterfly, and little tag bookmark, but you can journal on it. You can journal on the backs of both of those. And I think people might have given me those. This is some vintage trim. I have heaps of that. I love it. It's embroidered. Really nice. There's a vintage card. A postcard. That's really old. Made in USA. Looks like Bernice was, or she was addressing it to Bernice, but it's now. I get them from estate sales. Little wooden elephant. Beautiful. And some teapots. And there's, I'm sorry, yeah, and there's another teapot there. This opens up. You can journal on it. And it goes in this little pocket right here. Sorry, there's the pocket. Beautiful trim. I think that's the last of it. I love that trim. Some of my favorite. And hand-dyed paper. Hand-dyed paper that I put some bits and pieces to dress it up. There you can see I sewed that trim on with, hand sewed it. Hand-dyed paper. And let's see, this is a belly band with this beautiful flower and button. And then I added this to it. Beautiful minds inspire others. And I decorated. It's a security envelope, window envelope. So you can journal in there. And I'm assuming this is a pocket. Yep, there we go. A little ticket. You can journal in the back of that if you want. Glue a picture to the ticket. Decorate it. And this is a belly band, so there is a surprise tucked inside. So it's a journal card with a bit of extra paper, giving you more room to journal. And there's a library card on it, so you can make lists and document important stuff there. Super fun. Pop that under there. And the paper underneath it I painted. And this beautiful, beautiful vintage lace trim. Really pretty. And then there's that lace that I had on the other side, and I turned it into a pocket. And this is a mini journal. I remember this. And it's got a beautiful little jewel. And if I remember correctly, you unwrap this. And this was in a vintage estate sale. There was like not a huge stack. There was like 5 or 6 of them in different sizes. Somebody had obviously began it to make a quilt. So I saved it, and it's got some papers that I dyed in it. And looks like there's some book page in there too. It's kind of neat. Fun, fun. I bounded it in the middle, and you just wrap it and seal it up, pop it in here. And then this is another piece from that, where it was here. It was in this huge piece of fabric. That was another one there. Quite a few of them. I love that fabric. So let's see, that's the end, which I think is quite a lot. Put a lot into this. I love it. I am working on a shop to start selling all my journals, and this one will be available for sale. They all will be available for sale if I haven't sold. Like I have some videos of others that I either already sold because somebody saw it and asked to buy it, or it was a gift. But quite a lot of them that are on my YouTube channel are for sale. Anyway, I hope you like it, and bye for now.